So after I saw price inviting in all these buyers, right, breaking the structure, right, and then taking out all this trendline liquidity and tapping into the zone, that was when I entered. And then price made me all this R, this 10R, 1 to 10 around the side. So let me walk you through why I ended up not taking this trade, even if it made this much profit, even if it made this massive big profit. Stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm DCFX. I started this channel out of curiosity, passion, and deep obsession with learning the financial market, especially through smart money traps, SMT. This is more than just trading for me. It's about growth, discipline, and accountability. I wanted a space where I could document my journey, stay consistent, and hopefully create value for others who are on the same path, or even just a few steps behind. I'm not here as a guru. I'm a student of the grind, learning every day, sharing what works and showing the process unfiltered. If you are into smart money trap trading, or you are just starting and want to grow with someone real, you are in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and download the free SMT trade journal linked below so you can start tracking your processes today, just like I do. Let's grow together, guys. So from 4 hours, you could see that waving like bullish from this point right here. So this is the last lower low that led to this higher high on the 4 hours. Right? This is where the movement started from. You could see some counter movement inside, right? Some counter higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is like a structure on M15. So what you could see was that when price gets to this point, this particular supply zone that led to this bearish movement, you will see price gave some rejection but failed to go on to create a new low, new lower low, but instead created this high, right? Move above. Right, so after seeing this, right, what will you be expecting on the lower time frame? You'll be expecting that this zone right here led to this movement. So people are going here for like buys, right? So what I saw coming was that when I moved to the lower time frame, although I was expecting a movement for it, but what I saw was that price was stronger, moving bearish in this point right here. I'll get to that place, right? So when I saw that, okay, we've gotten a new high and then we mitigated into this point before getting this high, I marked out this one on the lower time frame. I was expecting a buy from this place, but what happened? I didn't take that buy. I'll get to it. So this morning we've seen that price has swept both this low right here and this low. We've taken out this low entirely. Why is it a positive thing? Because if you notice, this low was a low that was responsible. Let's say this is demand zone, was demand zone that was responsible for pushing price higher, right? For pushing price higher, and then price has returned back, right? So price now has not swept not only this liquidity but this liquidity entirely, right? Why did it do that? Now, typically, as we've mitigated even the demand with this high, right? This break of structure right here has invited in buyers. So price has to grab that liquidity to be able to push higher. But that does not mean we are not still like bearish from the lower time frame. Although the lower time frame structure is beginning to become weak, right? But we cannot say yet until we move lower to see what is happening on the lower time frame. So moving, that was me in the morning trying to figure out things, right? So let me just wipe all these things again and just start from the beginning, right? How all these moves just got generated, and then what happened in between the processes I have to go through, and just in depth of everything, right? Just in depth of everything. So let me move back to 15 minutes. Let me take this out. So if you noticed previously in the morning when I was talking about these places, this zone, I talked about how price swept this low, right? And then we could be expecting a bullish movement after the sweep of this particular low, not this, right? What really happened was that if you could see, right, if you only trade 15 minutes time frame, that's why multiple time frame confirmation is kind of very essential. You need to have a higher time frame that you follow, right? Then lower time frame for your day-to-day movements or intraday movements, right? So if you only trade 15 minutes, you could easily be fooled today in the sense that you could become the liquidity whereby you will be thinking, because if you check previously, let me just remove this also, right? If you could check previously, if you are actually following 15 minutes structure, you could see that this is the last low that led to this high, right? So this will be your points, your extreme points. Let's rule that out. This will be your extreme points, your extreme low that led to a high. This will be your extreme points, right? This will be the final liquidity points, and then you could be looking for, what will you be looking for here? Be looking for a buy at this point, right? That is what you will be looking for if that is all you use. Hold on guys, I'm just trying to say something, right? So with that being said, right, what will you be expecting when price gets to this place? You'll be expecting a buy, because this is actually a demand zone that led to a high. So seeing that price has scrapped all your liquidity and blah blah blah, price has come to this place, you'll be expecting a buy from this place. So actually what now happened when this zone now failed you, right? You could see how price broke out of this place momentum. You could see the bearishness, and you can see the bars, the momentum, the volume that price used to break out of this place. So what would you be expecting when you see this kind of break? You'll be expecting automatically that the price has changed direction, in the sense that your buys were not valid anymore, and price is now looking to reverse to the downside. So you are not thinking that price has shifted trend from being a bullish trend, right, to a bearish trend because of this break of structure. So what will you see this as? You will see this as a BOS, a break of structure. So you are looking for what? Sales. This will be your first decisional zone, because this zone is the zone that led to this break of structure. If you've been in market, I don't know how you do it, but that's how I do it. Any high that leads to the break of structure is my decisional zone. Then the extreme zone is the one that is where the price started from, the original movement starts from. So seeing this, right, you will be expecting a bearish move. I'm just trying to join things together. That was what I saw when in the morning, when I saw how price broke out of this place and price only swept this low on 4 hours. I was saying, okay, people are going to get food around this side. They are seeing this this break of structure, and they are expecting price to come back to this place. for what? A continuation, right? Or maybe even still get food when they say that okay, their decisional zone did not meet up at this point. They are still expecting what? They're still expecting sales from this place. That was what I saw first in the morning. After I saw that, then let me remove this. Or let me just keep it. After I saw that, I now have to move to confirm if actually this was a sweep and not I'm not just price trying to fool everybody into saying that this is a sweep, then price wants to continue to the upside. So after I saw this, I have to move lower to M5, right, to see what price action actually displayed around that side. Right, so let me just remove this and okay, so I can continue. So what I saw actually was that I saw price giving 2 legs of protocol here. I know this is my first video. I haven't really started mentioning my criteria, my entry criteria, or what I see and blah blah blah. But I'm just trying to give a narrative here. So how does it go? These 2 legs of protocol. If you've been in the world of SMT, you should have known this by now. Or let's just say for the sake. So what I'm expecting is for price to be, let's say, bullish for some times, then let's see that price comes and for price to be bearish for some times, and then price pulls back, right? Price pull back to this point, and instead of mitigating, and instead of going to make a new low, a new lower low, right? Instead fail to make that low, then goes on to make a new high, right? Then this point right here could be a place that could be looking for continuation, right? That's what I mean by 2 legs of protocol, right? That's what I mean by 2 legs of protocol. And you could see that possibly was what happened around this area, whereby price gave this first pullback, right? Price could have easily come back to make a new low, but instead failed to make that low, then broke above this high. Price broke above this high. Right, after seeing that was not only the confirmation. So now you can see how price builds this trendline liquidity. Right, see how price builds this trendline liquidity. In the sense that people are now saying that okay, this is a change of character, let's enter around this side. They saw that okay, price reacted up this place, made a new high, so they're entering around this place for continuation to the upside, right? So all those people, and these people are thinking trendline, first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch around this side, going for buys. Everybody was taking out around this side, and then price respected this demand zone. Price respected this demand zone, and all that liquidity was taken out. So that was what I saw the first time. So this now confirms to me that price may no longer want to go bearish. Right? Price, this is now a beginning of a new trend. Plus a sweep on the 4 hours, and this is now, the thing is now rhyming together. Right? So after I saw this, right, I think my indicator needs to come outside now, but this is where I use it. After I saw this, I saw that this is Asian section, this is London, and this is NY, New York section. So I don't take trade during Asian, I just observe to see liquidity around that section. And you can see that you can see highs, and you can see lows, equal low, equal highs. So price can easily do anything around this side, so I just try to keep up. So what I saw and what led to this trade from the beginning, right, was that after saying that we are actually now bullish, and price is now beginning to look bullish, right, we still have those people who are thinking that price are still what, bearish, and those people were the people that read the market wrong. So you might draw out this supply zone and be expecting price to tap in. So when I saw how price was reacting around this side, needs to move to lower time frame M1. M1 is a time frame I take entry from, and actually a time frame that gives me more clarity, right? It gives me more clarity. Although people say it's noisy, but I think it's a time frame that reveals intent more, right? 5 minutes M1 reveals intent, because the higher time frame candles out, like, they take time to develop. So lower time frame will give you what is really happening inside those candlesticks. So after I saw that, what came into my mind was that, okay, price has come in and price is now accumulating. Why was it accumulating? It was getting closer to this point, and whenever price accumulates like this, it gives me a bad feeling about the zone that price wants to tap into. It gives me that bad feeling of like there's not enough momentum to push price higher. So when I saw price accumulating around this side, I have to mark it out, and then that was when I got to know that, okay, price was forming this descending trend line, right? And we got people who will be kind of foolish enough to get in this place. Sorry for my words, but after I saw that price was accumulating here, it was not really what was happening here that was my problem. I was just trying to read, because I knew that price has already been bullish, right? Price is not bullish, so I just want to add context. So after this, I saw that price managed to take out this low right here. Now this low that was taken out invited in. What did this low do? This low invited in people who are thinking, okay, we've tapped into the order flow, we've got this internal movement of this and this, and then we've broken structure, so we should be expecting sales from this place, right? FOMO traders who don't want to miss out, they are seeing this, and everybody is jumping in around the side for sales. So what the price do? Price just gave them this reaction, right? Price gave them this reaction and then took them out, and then came to this supply zone finally, right? You can see how when price took them out, price used that this demand zone as a support to come to this initial supply zone. Now this is where I went deep, right? This is where I went deep, and I will still tell you what made me not to take this trade very soon. I'm just trying to break it down. This is where I went deep, right? I went deep in this place in the sense that why I saw that this zone is going to be a trap, right? See what price is, and this is just ending of London section. You still get to know why I don't take trade towards ending of London section too, but I don't take trade once it's 11 o'clock, right? I have reasons for that, and I have rules set for that. So when price tap into this supply zone, what did price do the first time? You see that price went down. We did not take out any internal structure. This is not a structure for me, because you can see this low, the low of this candle, right? The low of this candle and the high is still protected though, so this is not a move. This is just an in-bar movement for me. So price came, pulled down, came back to this zone right here, gave this break of structure, right? This is now confirming. Let me show you why reading from the higher time frame is very important sometimes, because the reason is because now we've arrived at surprising. This is a valid surprising actually. Now why it became invalidated is because of the context from the higher time frame. Remember, from the higher time frame we are bullish. So arriving at a zone that is in opposition to the initial trend can become a liquidity zone. Now market makers knows this. That's why they create. Sometimes we find ourselves buying in supply zones, buying in demand zones, right? Selling in supply zones. those supply zones were supposed to be valid, but what made them become invalid is because we're using them in wrong direction. So now we've arrived at the supply zone. People who read the market from the beginning down were saying, okay, people who saw this as a supply zone and people who saw this as a supply zone that read that movement of that this is a pre-construction are now looking for sales around the side, right? They are in the right place or in the wrong direction in the market. Actually, that's our school language. So after price arrives at this zone the first time, right? Let's just say what people are paying attention to now. What SMC traders are paying attention to now. People who misread the market, I don't mean all SMC, but people who misread the markets, what are they paying attention to now? What they are paying attention to now is that we've come into a supply zone, and then price has, you can see that price came back to this demand zone, acting as a support, right? So we're not able to give, price was not able to give internal break of structure at first, right? Price, this demand was supported this movement and led to this first this lower high here. So what are people saying? People are saying, okay, this is a lower high. This high now, this particular new high has failed to create a higher high, thereby breaking the structure. Now it's not creating a lower high, right? And then what again? They are seeing internal break of structure, right? This internal break of structure. After this internal break of structure was given, right? I'm sorry. After this internal break of structure was given, right? People who go aggressively will enter around this side. This is an aggressive entry, right? Will enter after they see this break, this internal break of structure, right? Aggressively, but I will not advise this because there's a possibility of price still moving higher. This might be a strip, right? And price might continue to move higher. It's part of my criteria also. So after seeing this and people have already entered around the side, price finally gave up. Price finally broke this low. Now what is price indicating? Price is now showing overall strength of what? Bearishness. Price is showing overall strength of bearishness by breaking below. Sorry, a call came into my phone. So this now confirms that the bears are not taking over. So this is now an internal break of structure, right? This is now internal break of structure when price broke this level, right? So let's just ignore this place for some time. So what we saw now next is that after we have this break of structure, what will you be expecting sales from next? Actually, the next place to expect sales from will be this zone, right? This zone right here. This is where you should be expecting sales from. So what the price now came back to this zone, gave a few reactions, then finally induced this high before breaking this low again. Now price has given first leg and then the second leg right here, right now. So after breaking this low now, this now confirms that okay, finally price is now ready to move lower from that point. Now, right after inducing this high, then giving this break of structure. So I'll just remove this zone for now, then just replace it with this. Right, this was a sweep and a break of structure. So after this sweep, you can see that price did not do any internal mitigation. Price left this other block, right, then broke the structure. So now after this BS, you could be expecting price to come back to this place for a continuation. That is what people were thinking, right? And market makers knows this, that this is what people are thinking. So actually volume dies down around this side. That's why I don't trade around 11 o'clock, right? Because volume died down, people are preparing to come in. So people are actually analyzing this kind of thing before entering. You can see that new section is about to open. This is almost 1 o'clock, right? New section was about to open. So when I saw this, automatically know that this is just market trapping people. That this is just market giving a narrative, pushing a narrative that okay, you have arrived into a supply zone and you've had your confirmation with this run of liquidity and this break of structure, right? So you should be entering here for sales. This is what market is showing people. This is what market was showing people before New York open. But what people paid less attention to was, let me show you something, was this area right? This area. Now this area, this break of structure that I told you earlier that induced people into selling here, right, was actually a run of liquidity to fuel this move higher. But actually a run of liquidity to fuel this move higher. Why did I say so? Because price, this area right here, induced these buyers, these sellers, into thinking that we are now going bearish. So you should be entering for what? You should be entering for sales. Right? That was what I talked about. That was what people were not actually paying attention to. The only thing that people were paying attention to was that this zone price is now becoming bearish. So we should be looking for sales, right? But people were ignoring this place. So that was when I now have to move lower and I have to move higher a little bit because I need to just confirm something from M5, right? I need to confirm something from M5. Okay, the other block was filled, but you see that the other block was filled in M5, but things are kind of available on M1. So what I saw and what made me to mark this zone out was that from this point onward, you could see that all the other blocks here were already filled, right? It was part of the build up that led to this high, right? So what I saw now was that this run of liquidity here was this run of liquidity actually around this place on EU, right? On GEO was actually respecting the structure. That's correlation. We'll soon get to that in some of my videos that I'll be uploading. There's correlation between GEO and EU in the sense that GEO respected this zone and led to a break of structure. But EU broke this zone, inducing people here for sales. People will be entering around this side for sales, you understand? So why one was respecting, the other one was breaking, therefore inducing people. So this break of structure now leads to people selling around this side. So when I identified that, I just marked out the zone and extended it to the future, whereby price has not come to this area yet. I was just doing my analysis from this point to this point was just small, just like 1 pip. So I have to fully talk because I take something when I take trade when it's on like 2 pips above, right? So I now have to extend it like this. And also you can see how price built this trend line. See, first touch, second touch, and this also contributed to people seeing that okay, we got this first touch, second touch, third touch here. Price gave this reaction that went to induce this high, and then price has finally broke out. So people are saying okay, a sweep of a high, a break of structure, and that break of structure did not only just take out this low, also took out this trend line liquidity, right? Not knowing that price is tapping into a supply zone that will induce them later on. So what New York did was opened, tapped into the supply zone, which I was supposed to trade, but the reason why I did not take this trade was because I was paying more attention to GEO. I cannot analyze both of them in this video, and I dropped for GEO later. If you want that, you can also just say it in the comment section. I will drop the video also. So price just induced people thinking of selling here, then finally bought up. Actually take my trade 1 to 10. That's my maximum that I do. Right? 1 to 10. Just leave it there. So that was when I was supposed to enter this trade, but I was paying more attention to GE because EU was not giving me what I wanted, right? GE was kind of giving me entry around this high. Why price was, well, I told you why price was taking out this high and then breaking this place. I also use this place as confidence also to take that entry on GE, which I'll be sharing with you if you'll be interested in. So that's my thought actually. So price now have to reduce this high, right? Price now have to take out all this liquidity as a fuel to move higher. And you can see how price has just moved. Plus news actually, price has just moved from this zone right here. So I hope that at least there's a shared value from this analysis, right? So what I do is that after all these things, I go to my journal, right? I write out how price grabbed all this liquidity. Is there actually there's notes for there, place I entered from my exit points, my bricks, my R, what I targeted, everything is just explained in those journals. So as you keep on doing that, you get to realize where you make mistakes, right? Where you're wrong, and some common characteristics that you display also on the chart that you may not know of before. By writing it down, you draw your awareness to those things, and then you try to improve yourself, right? As time goes on this channel, I'll be doing those things too. I'll be explaining it to you, because saying it with my mouth will not be will be kind of like what you get quickly, but seeing somebody doing it, to me, I learn when I see somebody doing it. So I'll be doing that actually. I just want to use this video as a beginning point for this channel. So peace guys.